Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here with us. We begin in Kitchener tonight, where an emergency shelter that offers 100 beds to unhoused residents every night will be closing its doors at the end of the month. And those who work with that population say there isn't anywhere for them to go. Let's bring in CTV's Colton Wiens for more on this. Colton, what have you been hearing?
Well, Leanne, I spoke with the Working Center, which operates the emergency shelter on King Street. Officials say they're trying to find housing for the remaining people at the site, but once it closes, they expect they'll be back on the street. The King Street shelter, located in the former Schwaben Club, will be closing on March 31st, meaning there will be 100 less beds in the shelter system.
The city, the region, is losing 100 spaces. There's just no other way to describe it. And people will move and shuffle, but we are losing 100 spaces.
The emergency shelter is managed by the Working Center. It opened in fall of 2022, quickly filling up, and since April of last year, they've assisted 46 people in finding housing.
But of course, new people were admitted into the shelter.
2 women's shelters in Kitchener and Cambridge that recently opened are taking some of those people, but Mancini says there's still a large gap left in the system.
These are individuals without a place to go. And until we add enough shelter spaces for that group, they will continue to wander around without hope.
The region argues there is space in the shelter system, and it's working to find housing for the remaining people at the King Street shelter.
This has been a planned closure for a number of months now. It was never intended to be a permanent option.
The Working Center says since the shelter opened, neighbors have insisted it did not belong there. Neighboring businesses CTV spoke to say they have seen a few issues with the clients at the shelter, but overall it hasn't been a problem, and they worry about where the people will go. The site is slated for the development of high-rise apartments. The region of Waterloo says it has stopped taking new clients at the shelter, but the closure has nothing to do with complaints.
It was never meant to be a permanent option. It was to help fill a gap until we could increase capacity elsewhere. So there have been challenges at the site. That's not the reason that this one is closing. We have a lease that's now ending.
Petitpier adds while there's no new shelters being built, permanent housing for all is their goal.
These opening and closing of temporary spaces have been they're really hard on the people that use them. They're hard on the staff that work there. They've been hard on the neighborhoods as well. So we're really trying to invest in permanent infrastructure moving forward to avoid some of this opening and closing. Overall, it's hard on an entire community.
Now, the Working Center is opening 44 supportive housing units on Victoria Street, but those won't be ready until at least September.